Let's talk about a fascinating and often overlooked topic: the moon. Recently, I came across some intriguing discussions suggesting that the moon may not be exactly what we've always assumed it to be. One popular theory, often simplified as the moon is hollow, has roots going back to the Apollo missions. While it's a dramatic phrase, it's more accurate to say that the moon has a surprisingly low density. This implies that there could be significant voids or cavities within it. Some researchers have theorized that the moon's structure includes massive internal hollows, or even engineered chambers. This isn't necessarily to say it's a giant artificial construct, but it does raise questions about what we truly know. Looking into historical traditions and esoteric teachings, we find that many ancient cultures placed great importance on the moon. There's a Latin phrase, sub rosa, which translates to under the rose and refers to things done in secrecy. In ancient symbolic systems, the rose and the cross often represented hidden knowledge, spiritual mystery, and cosmic cycles. These ideas have survived in art, architecture, and mythology, and now we're beginning to piece them together. 50 years ago, when I began diving into myths and traditions from across the globe, I noticed a recurring theme. These weren't just stories invented by primitive, superstitious people. Instead, they were poetic, symbolic accounts of profound truths about the cosmos, about human origins, and about past cataclysms that reshape the world. Modern science is beginning to catch up. In the last couple of decades, the Earth has started to reveal some of its secrets. For instance, over 100 distinct cultures across the planet share myths about a great flood that nearly wiped out humanity. We now understand that massive floods on a planetary scale have happened multiple times and were capable of causing global extinctions. Take the Younger Dryas event, which occurred about 12,900 years ago. Evidence increasingly shows that it caused massive extinctions, wiping out nearly half of the planet's large mammals. It also brought human civilization to the brink of collapse, or perhaps even destroyed an earlier cycle of civilization entirely. So, what do we do when we face the possibility of global catastrophe? In modern times, we have early warning systems for hurricanes and other natural disasters. We evacuate, we prepare, we adapt. But what if the threat is cosmic? An asteroid impact, for instance? In that case, evacuation isn't so simple. Where would we go? Earth is our only home, or is it? Could we look to the moon as a refuge? It's an idea that seems like science fiction until you realize it's been seriously proposed by leading scientists. In 2007, an international team suggested creating a lunar base not only as a stepping stone to space exploration, but as a cosmic backup for human civilization. NASA had already drafted plans to build a permanent lunar outpost. Unfortunately, political and financial issues sidelined the program, but the idea of using the moon as a repository for human knowledge, culture, and biodiversity, a kind of space-age Noah's Ark, still holds immense promise. The concept isn't just theoretical. NASA's Phoenix Mars lander carried a small disk containing human art, literature, and music. It's part of a broader vision to preserve Earth's heritage in case of disaster. Imagine extending the internet to the moon with archives of our science, languages, and genomes. One organization, ARC, Alliance to Rescue Civilization, advocates placing these backups on the moon in case of nuclear war, asteroid impact, or other apocalyptic scenarios. It's the digital equivalent of backing up your files on an external hard drive. Earth is your computer. The moon is the external drive. Now, here's a wild thought. What if someone already did this thousands of years ago? What if a previous cycle of advanced civilization had the foresight to preserve knowledge on the moon, long before our modern era? This idea sounds far-fetched, but as we've learned, the most unbelievable stories sometimes turn out to be true. The moon behaves in strange ways. For one, it always shows the same face to Earth, a phenomenon known as synchronous rotation. It appears to be a perfect fit for solar eclipses, aligning precisely with the sun despite their vastly different sizes. These oddities raise questions. Could the moon be artificial in some way, or at least modified? If so, who would have the capability to build or alter such a celestial body? Throughout history, humans have been fascinated by the moon. Ancient myths often featured lunar gods and goddesses, and lunar calendars governed agriculture, ritual, and society. This obsession wasn't random, it reflected deep observational awareness. In my own research, I've approached this topic from two perspectives: scientific and mythological. Surprisingly, these paths often lead to the same conclusions. Legends that once seemed fanciful now echo truths uncovered by modern research. It's as if the ancients encoded their understanding in stories and symbols, waiting for future generations to decipher them. So, where does that leave us today? We now stand on the cusp of a great transition. As private space programs grow and governmental agencies like NASA revive lunar exploration efforts, we're closer than ever to becoming a spacefaring civilization. This next chapter could begin within a generation. Imagine a world where humanity has not only colonized the moon, but also built a permanent lunar library, a fortress of knowledge, art, and culture that could survive even if Earth doesn't. That's not just science fiction, it's a mission worth striving for. Ultimately, it challenges us to rethink everything about the moon, about human history, about our future. Could the moon be more than just a natural satellite? Could it be a key to our past and a gateway to our survival? The deeper we explore, the more the pieces begin to fit. Perhaps hidden beneath the ancient myths and lunar mysteries lies the story of a civilization that knew the value of preservation and prepared for a day when Earth might need a second chance. And perhaps now it's our turn to do the same. Stay curious, stay open, and remember, sometimes the answers we seek are hiding in plain sight, right above us in the night sky.